I have never made this before, but I have done deep fried ice cream before, and it just hit me. Apple pie and ice cream are best friends. We already know that. What if they could be together in like a little cocoon of deep friedness? Am I a genius or am I a crazy person? We'll find out by the end of this. I think I'm straddling a really fine line. So the first thing I want to do is peel and chop up a couple apples. I'm using these Macintoshes because they are delicious and sweet and in season right now. You could use whatever apples that you have available. Cool, so let's get these into a saucepan. Boom, and then I'm gonna hit it with some brown sugar. And I've got some cinnamon. It smells amazing. Why am I always so impressed by cinnamon? It is always in my pantry 100% of the time, and every time I'm like, ooh, so good. Then I've got a couple tablespoons of butter. And I want to get a little bit of lemon juice in there, about 2 tablespoons. So now I just want to get it on a medium-low heat. I want to dissolve that sugar and stew the apples just a little bit. And then I'm going to stir them into my ice cream. Cool, this looks perfect. So, got nice and syrupy, the apples have been cooked down. Now I want this to cool completely before I stir it into my ice cream. So I'm gonna let it set for about 10-15 minutes, and then I'm going to add it to my softened vanilla ice cream, and then that goes in the freezer for 20 minutes. All right, look what I found. All nice and frozen. And down here, I've got a baking sheet with a little bit of wax paper, and I wanna scoop out some big kind of circles. I'm gonna plop them down. And so these are gonna be the fillings of our deep fried apple pie. I need these to freeze again. I want them to be fairly solid before we put, the crust dough around them so that they don't like get all melty and loosey-goosey before they hit the fryer. So these gotta go back in. Okay, now let's talk about crust here. It is a fundamental attribute to an apple pie, and I thought, I sure as hell am not making crust when I came up with this recipe, but I have a great solution. We're using pre-made biscuit dough. So over here, I have got some pre-made biscuits that I've popped out of their can, and I've got a little bit of flour. So what I'm gonna do is flour my board. All right, so we wanna roll this out super thin, because you gotta imagine you're working against time here. You've got very cold ice cream on the middle, a crust that's protecting it, and then it's gotta cook in the hot oil. You want it to be in oil for like a minimum amount of time. So by making it super thin, we're gonna ensure that it cooks quick, gets nice and crispy without melting our ice cream. So I've got all of these rolled out, and now I wanna wrap my ice cream balls, and we're gonna work rather quickly here so I don't do too much melting. Just pinch the top together, get those back on my baking sheet. These now have to go in the freezer for about 10 minutes to firm up. Then I'm gonna fry them in some hot oil, about 400 degrees. It'll take a couple minutes just to get them golden brown, and then sprinkle them with icing sugar. Ew! Done for the day. Oh, I'm going straight for the goods. It's so good! I'm so stoked about it. I will devour this in just a moment. I want to say thank you so much for watching this video. As always, thank you for taking the time. I really hope you enjoy this recipe, and I will see you next time. Bye, guys!